Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, who rule well and teach well. Peace and blessings to the elect out there that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. Alright, this lesson is going to be about this news article, um, about this North Carolina machete attack yields hate crime charges, deputies say. Um, And the reason why, I'm doing a lesson on this is because, um, you know, they, they say deputies said federal hate crime charges are possible as the suspect is a black Hebrew Israelite who attacked a white family at random. So this isn't the first time that a news article has popped up like this. If you remember earlier in the year or late 2019, there's a story. The suspect in the New York Hanukkah stabbings now faces federal hate crime charges. Here's what authorities found. And this was early in the year. They said that one entry said Hebrew Israelites. They're coming with that anti-Semitic angle and demonizing, uh, Black Hebrew Israelite movement. But yeah, man, personally looking on this at face value, it seems sketchy, alright? Seems like it could have easily been staged. Especially with the how Esau operates, alright? Matter of fact, that will be the first scripture that we get. We are not. Because well, this is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And Satan, just means adversary. All right, and we believe that Israelites are the chosen, so anybody that's outside of the chosen is going to do the will of Satan. All right, and yeah, Satan practices certain devices such as demonization, and black flag terrorist groups to demonize a certain group of people to justify him to going in there and doing what he needs to do, make war against them, kill people off, so on and so forth. Hey, can you sit, buddy? It's like my dog's up here. He wants to prophesy too. But anyways, so this isn't the first story where this has happened, and I was watching, a clip in this, and they're talking about how they're trying to find, damn buddy, how they're trying to find patterns um, uh, in attacks like this, random attacks, to try to link it to a hate crime or hate group. All right, so apparently we have already spotted a pattern: machete, Black Hebrew Israelite, and this is another terrorist crime, hate crime that went on in, what was it, New Jersey? Yeah, it was like a shooting of a kosher market. Fucking ads, bro. And then the ad's gonna buffer. Come on, man. Look how fucking long it is. You know what? Fuck it. The point of this article was a shooting happened where they killed an officer and 3 people at a kosher market, and they pinned it on Black Hebrew Israelite movement. All right, and we've said this multiple times. We're not black. All right, we're just Hebrew Israelites. Me personally, I'm of lighter complexion. I'm what I was. I grew up from an Irish background, mother side, white English. Like, me personally, I'd be considered so-called white. So how am I in a black hate group? You know, and that goes into the Israelite foreigner doctrine, which is a different topic. The point of the matter is we're not black, all right, and we don't condone violence, all right, because the scriptures plainly tell you to wait upon the Lord, for the vengeance is in His heart. Right? Right. The Lord is supposed to avenge us. You know. But anyways, the point of the video and the scriptures that I'm about to get is, just to not fear when these false accusations come up. Matter of fact, I'm going to start in Matthew, the 5th chapter. I'm going to read verse 10. It says, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." Keyword, righteousness' sake, because everybody gets persecuted. Everybody goes through afflictions. Now, you either go through afflictions for righteousness' sake, or you're persecuted for wickedness' sake. Now, if those stories were real, of those guys committing crimes against Esau, well, and that's another thing. That's also why the Lord, doesn't told us not to go out and commit violence, is because we don't know who's Jake or who's Esau, right? Because hey, personally, I'm around so-called Jewish people all the time. And guess what? I see Jake amongst them, right? They wear the yarmulkes and all that. But hey, their spirit is of an Israelite. They just grew up in that Jewish faith. But you know, like I said, Israelite foreigner doctrine. It's a topic for another time. Um, but But yeah, the point is if you go out and commit crimes, then you're going to be persecuted for wickedness' sake. But verse 11, "Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake." Yeah, so if you get lied on, and people try to demonize you falsely, then hey, blessed are you, because the Most High sees that you're righteous. All right, he knows the truth. Just like what was that story? I think it was Bel and the Dragon. It's in the Apocrypha, where the woman, there's a righteous woman, and three wicked Israelites. They decided to rape her, and she tried crying out, but no one was around to hear. And then somebody, you know, or nobody saw it, so they tried to lie on her and say that um, that she committed adultery, basically, so that she would be put to death. And in her spirit, she was just like, all right, well, if I have to be put to death, then the Most High knows, at least the Most High knows that what's right. And then because of her humble spirit, and that she was like, all right, well, I'm still sticking to my story. Like, it was revealed that those three dudes like raped her, and that they were in the wrong and they were worthy of death. So hey, same thing for us when we're reviled and persecuted, and and all manner of evil is said against you falsely. The Most High sees that, and He's going to intervene. All right, He's not going to let it slide. All right, verse 12: Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Right. All the prophets of old, they were out there, preaching harsh messages, telling people that they're wicked, telling people to get right, telling, prophesying against kingdoms, prophesying of wars, of gruesome times, pestilences, you know, telling people that it's going to get worse. And they were persecuted because they were hated on. They didn't want to hear it, all right? But blessed are they because they were doing the will of the Father, all right? So, hey, you suffer a prophet's sufferings, you're gonna get a prophet's reward, so to speak. Um, I want to get 2 Timothy chapter 1 first, verse 7. It says, "For the Most High hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Yeah, and that first Machete story earlier this year, they were trying to say that he was had a long history of depression and psychosis. So that's obviously not an that's obviously an individual not of a sound mind, right? But hey, when you're in this truth, you're gonna be stable. You're gonna be able to go through uh, depressing times, right, without suffering, the mental illness of depression. Because there's a difference between, going through a rough patch and having a mental illness of depression where you need to be medicated for it, you know, because that depression thing that's a heavy demon on people, man. Um, and also psychosis. Psychosis is when you start hallucinating and hearing things. That's what they were saying about that dude, was that supposedly he was uh, demons were telling him to do that. Um, yeah, the Most High gives us a sound mind, right, and doesn't give us a spirit of fear. So whenever we see articles that are trying to demonize us, we already know that it's part of it. It's part of the prophecies that the men of the Lord are going to get demonized, that they're going to be persecuted. So, verse 8, be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Lord, nor of me his prisoner, but be thou partaker of the afflictions of the gospel according to the power of the Most High. Right? So don't be ashamed of the testimony of our Lord, Yahweh Shai. Right? Because, uh, hey, man, like that. Yeah, don't be ashamed of Yahweh Shai, because hey, we know in our spirits that this is right. And it says, but be thou partaker of the afflictions, right? Just like uh, let's get Romans 8 and 18 real quick. This is Romans 8, and actually let's start at 17. Or I'll start at 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. And if children, then heirs, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. So if we go through the same things Yahweh Shai had to suffer, then whenever Yahweh Shai finally gets glorified, guess who's going to be glorified with him? His servants, the ones that suffered with him. Verse 18, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Right, so any, sufferings that we have to go through, being lied on, gaslighted, to brothers that might be unfamiliar with that term, gaslighting, this is gaslighting. And I believe through the Spirit that Esau is going to try to do this during those re-education camps, right? Because, hey, there's a lot of information going against his new world order, exposing them, and Esau's trying to come out and describe it as, oh, it's just conspiracy theories, don't, and he's censoring all these, uh, you know, videos that are going out about the mandatory vaccine and 5G and the mark of the beast, the RFID chip. So he's gonna have to, combat that, right? When he really fully, shows his horns and is, forcing that chip on people, he's gonna have to re-educate people and gaslight them. And this is what gaslighting is. Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse that's seen in abusive relationships. It's the act of manipulating a person by forcing them to question their thoughts, memories, and the events occurring around them. A victim of gaslighting can be pushed so far that they question their own sanity. Yeah. So that's what Esau is gonna have to put you in a corner of the room and hey, come up with all these false narratives and false doctrines to try to get you to denounce your faith and try to make you think that you're crazy. You dreamt up this doctrine by yourself that who knows, man. But yeah, that's part of falsely accusing. He's gonna try to pull out all this false evidence of that you're schizophrenic. He's gonna try to tell you that you're going crazy, man. But anyways, um, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So whatever light affliction we have to go through, whether it be put to death, because some of us are gonna have to be martyrs, whether we're cast into prison, whether we're gaslighted, interrogated, so on and so forth. Um, it's not going to be worthy to be compared with the glory that we're going to inherit. All right, for the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. Uh, but yeah, that's a point. All right, the sufferings are not worthy to be compared to. This is Matthew 10:28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Right. So at the end of the day, if you're cast into prison, if has you in his interrogation room, fear none of it, man. Because, hey, we believe in a higher power. All right? And I'd rather suffer whatever Esau has planned to do to me than what Yahweh Shai is coming back to execute, right? I'd rather face whatever Esau has to do to me rather than what the Most High has planned, all right, for the wicked. Hey, because we fear the Lord, man. We fear His judgments over anything that can be done to us, in the flesh, all right? Because hey, when you read into what Yahweh Shai is gonna do when He comes back, man, I want to be on the right side of that, all right, the glorious side. But Yahweh Shai was in that spirit was like, I think it starts. I'll start at verse 9, and went again into the judgment hall, and saith unto Yahushua, Whence art thou? But Yahushua gave him no answer. Then said Pilate unto him, Speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee, and have power to release thee? So Pilate was like, Why aren't you answering me? Like, I can let you go, or you're gonna, die a terrific death. Verse 11, Yahushua answered, Thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above. Therefore he that delivered me unto thee hath the greater sin. So Yahushua knew that, it's all part of the Most High's plan. And that's the faith that you have to have. All right, that's a sound mind you have to have. So whatever predicament you're in, it's because the Most High wants you there. All right. So you can either be there worshiping Yahweh Bashem Shai, or you can, hey, you can be there and denounce it. So which choose ye this day, you know? Um, Lord willing, I'm part of, the men, that elect men that's gonna hold on to the faith till death. This is Revelation 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. And tribulation just means hardships. And 10 days is just a set number. It could be 3 days, it could be 10, it could be 2 weeks, for that quarantine. Or it could be a semester, him trying to re-educate you. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So that's required of us, man. Let's hold on to the faith until we die, man. All right. we got a death wish here, right? And for people that don't know what a death wish is, it's used in short stories, or any type of heroic narratives where they used it in 300, where they fight their hardest so that when they die, they wish to die, but at the hand of a worthy opponent. So, for instance, the 300, there's a scene where he started laughing when the arrows started raining down on him. He was like, why are you laughing? He's like, finally a worthy opponent. But guess what? We have a death wish, to be put to death for righteousness' sake. So we're gonna hold on to the faith until the Most High calls our spirit back. All right. So until that gold is brought out of the fire, out of that tribulation. But anyways, with that, I hope this video is edifying. Once again, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect out there that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. Hold on to the faith, man, until death. Shalom.